Welcome to Coombe & Curry Sports Card Podcast, where collecting meets the game. Your hosts, the Tag Team Champions.
And we are live, episode 47, the Tag Team
Yes,
Champions.
MC.
In the house,
back.
yes, BC. We are, or I have reverted back to the shed. Unfortunately, I'm not in Casa del...
The studio. You're back in the studio.
My apologies, back in the studio. I'm not in Casa del Don. Unbelievable setup over there, I tell you. Yeah, I'll be back there at some point. Because that was a great setup on last week. Coombe, how are you doing? How are you feeling after last week's what a pod last week? I only listened back to it yesterday. Some chaotic moments for sure, but overall a right laugh, some great stuff. Great to get Don back on, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Firstly, commiserations. West Ham have been relegated.
Confirmed.
Not good for Dom. But we'll move on quickly. I think my highlight of last week was Dom's codswallop.
Yeah, very passionate.
Unbelievable. Yeah, very good points. Some good points. But it was nice to have him back. Nice to know that he's still out there. And yeah, I agree. The setup is maybe you should look to hire it and create Coombe & Curry headquarters.
Well, the Golden Pineapple, as it will be named, the bar in Dom How's Your Luck Lots garden is phenomenal. Once that's finished, once it's up and running, I'll be over there on a weekly basis. Maybe we'll have a How's Your Luck segment. You know, who knows?
He'll just be looking out of his window, won't he, at the house and go, "Oh, Curry's in there again, back in the studio."
Or we could have a championship update from him.
Oh yeah, there's no need for that.
There is no need.
Cross
But
the
I was,
line,
commiserations to the Hammers. I'm quite gutted they've gone down, as I do like West Ham. But I see that they've got to sell. So where they're losing money, just to quickly spot this, they've got to make, or they've got to generate £150 million, where they'll lose obviously Premier League TV rights and sponsorships and all this sort of stuff. £150 million. So essentially, I've got to sell like their 5 top players essentially.
When they get parachute payments, is that a thing still?
Talk me through that. I
thought if you get relegated for a couple of seasons, you get like payments from the EFL. They call them parachute payments to like make up the losses.
You tell me, boy. First time I've heard of this parachute payment. Sounds a bit backhanded to me, if you ask me. But
what rock have you been under? Parachute payments, surely. I'll have to Google it. Everything I seem to say at the minute. I sent you a clip, didn't I? I sent you a clip the other day of Virgin Island. No one believed me. You've seen it now.
I have seen it. That TV show. If you're in New Zealand or Australia, what's it called? Virgin Island. Oh, my word.
I think it's English. Honestly, I think it's a British thing.
But,
okay,
Brits. Right. Yeah, do you know what? I think I have seen this advert, and every time I've seen it, it's been so cringy. Like, I run out of ideas, don't they? TV channels. Putting a bunch of virgins into, like, really awkward situations. Don't know about that.
Yeah.
But, as long as you're enjoying it, Keith.
I mean, this is borderline codswallop, though, isn't it? Like what I don't get about it, how can you go from, getting to a certain age and having problems in that department and then go on to a show where you're letting it all hang out, you're putting it out there to the world. I don't get it. Absolutely don't get it.
Yeah, well, I mean, what we alluded to last week, it was actually Married at First Sight, Australia's, which we were, me and Don were talking about, not your Virgin Islands. So
Virgin Islands.
if you haven't watched that game, you should. That is comedy well, it's drama filled, gossip filled. It makes great TV. It's better than Virgins, let's just say that. Better than Virgin Island.
Yeah. I might apply for that. I had a dream last night that Emma left me, so I'll yeah, maybe I'll jump on that. Married at First Sight.
Left her for a Thai bride, aka Panini.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but wouldn't that insinuate that I would be just pining over her? I'll move on with my maths. My Married at First Sight bride. Pining over Panini.
Panini was love at first sight for you, boy, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, 100% it was. Yeah, it was love at first sight. Now it's gone.
Gone forever. At West Ham for the Premier League. Oh no, no.
It's
Let's
gone
not
for
go
at
down.
least a decade. Knock on my
Well.
door one day, when I think all hope's gone. Knock on the door. Oh, it's Panini. Panini's back.
Panini's back. Where have you been? I went out for milk 10 years ago.
Everyone's bored of Topps Chrome.
Well, Dom Lott is, that's for sure. Not a fan. Coon, lots to get through. But the main topic of discussion has got to be the trade night at Top Play Sports Cards. Last night, correct me if I'm wrong, New Zealand time, it was last night for yourself and everyone involved. Coon, just tell me all about it. It sounds amazing. 3 hours, was it? Around 3 hours worth of a community gathering of yeah. Talk me through it.
So yeah, like obviously we pushed out a lot of stuff, as you can imagine when it's the inaugural event. But no one really knew how many people would turn up. That was a great mystery. Even when we're setting up, it's funny because like obviously you make the jokes, don't you? Like literally could be one person, two people. Could be a waste of time. How wrong we were. Place was absolutely heaving.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like I would say, I reckon 2 minutes in, so sort of gets to 5 o'clock, you might like one person walks in. 2 minutes pass, there's probably 2 people in. Get to 3 minutes past 5, bang, place is heaving. Everyone's there, we're rocking and rolling. And it's interesting as well because I'm standing there thinking, all of a sudden I'm quite nervous because obviously I've done nothing like this before. And I'm so glad on multiple levels that I was involved in this because I had 2 people at my table at about 5:05, and I'm like completely overwhelmed. One person's asking me something, someone else asks me something, and I'm like, I can't cope. And I'm like, how am I going to fare at the
Form a queue.
Yeah, so I was thinking I'm going to be in pieces at the actual show, but then you kind of get into it as well. So you start chatting to people, and I would say the best thing about it last night was like all of us were making some sales, but people were like, Shane had set up tables in the middle for then like customers to sit down and trade, and people were bringing in their collections, and you could just see them sitting there swapping cards, and that is absolutely, it's amazing. Like I bought a few things off some sellers as well. So that, people ask you, are you buying? And I said, for the right piece, if you will. So I ended up we'll talk about it later, MC, and you're very aware of what I'm referring to, but I bought a lovely piece directly from someone. And then I did a nice trade. I won't reveal for what, but I did sort of a trade plus cash for one of my cards. And I ended up buying a card from the guy next to me, Matt from Blunt. I'll talk about that later on Mail Day. Let's not go early. And I bought a couple of other things. Lots of sales. One lady came in. I'll just check her name so I'm not doing it wrong on Insta. She just started a new podcast. But she came and she was collecting, Phoenix football.
Yeah.
She was collecting all the base cards. So she had a checklist. I think it's called Sundays and Slabs, her page. Let's have a look. But she was collecting she was doing the base set, which I thought was quite, Sundays and Slabs. Green Bay fan as well. I see a lot
Love
of
that.
rivals for Green Bay's cards that come up now. But so she's there. She's got a checklist out. She's going through all the base, and I had tons that she needed, just base cards, and I was like, oh, I love it. And we're having a good chat, and I ended up buying an Elijah Arroyo card off her as well. But later on, she bought a box, a sealed. It was an international hobby off Shane, and she pulls a Tyler Shuck auto. So she had an unbelievable night. It was just so great to see, amazing. People chatting, meeting, making new friends and stuff like that. But I think without a doubt, this will become a regular thing. I think Shane, I think everyone who was involved did well. So not only did you have the community sides, it's like Shane's now put on an event that people are going to know about and stuff like that. So you would expect over time more people would bring collections and look to do trades with people and stuff like that. So you've got that community element where people are talking, but you've also got the opportunity for like the vendors like us to make a few sales, and then people are buying sealed products of Shane. So I would say everyone involved had a successful night, and I was honoured to be part of it.
Love it, mate. Yeah, sounds amazing. I mean, sounds like the whole community came out and the old lower hut. Sounds like you got some good trades out of it, some good sales, and some good networking, and that's all you can ask from these events, right? There's a trade night for the Brighton Card Show, but it was limited to 50 people or 50 tickets at the Cacton Arms pub. It's like the night of the card show, which is, I guess, a bit not rogue, but I guess it can be whenever. But card show will be in the day, and then 7-8 o'clock at night on the Saturday, it's a trade night there. But it's downstairs in the pub. Only 50 tickets available, sold out quite a while ago. I guess it'll be all the big dogs,
Yeah,
and big bucks.
that's not a lot, is it? 50 tickets.
No, it's at the downstairs of the pub, which is a small function room. It's got a big screen, you can watch football down there. But it's not bad. It's obviously I don't really know how it goes down really, but it's good to hear from yourself that your experience of a trade night at Top Play. I'm sure it's of a similar ilk. But yeah, we'll get onto the Brighton Card Show. Saturday, which is 2 days away. I think there's less than 20 tickets left. From the emails that have been sent out from the people that are running it. So Interplay Sports Cars, I think they're called. Interflora Sports Events, something like that. Anyway, they've just signed a deal with the Amex to do it for the following 4 years. Which is great. That's obviously the way it's going. It's doing really well. So they're doing shows for the next 4 years. But the funny thing is, obviously last year I went, first one in May, this one again in May. The following 4 years, they've already released the dates. Not the tickets, but they've released the dates they're doing it. One's in June, one's in November. Obviously, like availability in terms of the Amex being available to hold these events. So be interesting to go to like a summer one and a winter one, and I think there's one in like August as well. So that's great news that it's going to be the Amex again, and who knows, maybe CCSC will have a table there at some point, repping in Brighton.
I think you should do it.
Looking forward to Saturday. I'm actually going. I've got plans in the morning, so I'm going probably the second half of the show. So looking forward to seeing Andy and going over to see his how he's getting on. Good luck to Seaside Sports, his first ever card show. So vending, but there's just so much going on there. So many vendors. The floor layout looks even bigger than last year. There's 2 big rooms. Yeah, should be good fun. Looking forward to it.
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
We spoke about at the time when it was last year. We spoke about. I remember when we had your brother on as well. I remember we spoke about if we went to the national, what the strategy would be at the national, and we kind of then brought that down. We brought that all the way down to the Brighton Card Show, and then you came on. You talked about the card show, and you actually said that you was a bit. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can't remember exactly what you said, but alluded to the fact it was a bit overwhelming. So, what I want to know, MC, what is the strategy this year? How are you going to get the best out of it? How are you going to attack it? And what are you looking for?
Yeah, good question. Great question, in fact. I think last year I didn't really have a massive amount of planning or like tactics about how to go in. It was sort of finding my feet when I got in there, and it's slightly overwhelming on your first card show going in, and because I was there on my own as well, it was also a bit like I don't know, just finding my feet going around. I don't know how many laps I've done at this function room, the Amex, but I think I've got a bit more of an idea of what I want to do when I get in there this time. Obvious standouts of like Gerard cards and Jordan Love cards, obviously. But I think I'm going to actually buy, like, obviously they sell like sealed boxes. I'm going to have a look at that, and I might dive into that and do like a rip there in one of the side rooms or something when it's a bit quieter. I want to dive into the single boxes as well. They're always a good little treasure troves, aren't they, to go into and see if I can get anything out of that. And maybe build up a bit of a, I don't know, not like a portfolio, but like you're probably doing for this card show. Say you're preparing for this card show, we're buying, singles here, there, and where you thinking you can sell them and make a bit of profit on. Yeah, that's essentially what you're doing with the singles, right? Maybe that's a future investment for me. Maybe I'm looking at buying, certain plays that that maybe haven't been sought after, or I can find a couple of bargains, keep them in the PC for a while until I'm ready to sell them. Who knows? But I definitely feel a lot more comfortable and confident going into this one than I did last year. And obviously knowing that Andy will be there, that'd be good. I'll have a good chat with him. Said that I might meet up with a guy called Chambo Collects. And there's obviously all like the big guns are always there. So it'd be good to introduce myself, have a chat with them. And I just remember last year being like just doing multiple laps and sort of, do you remember we spoke about like, I don't know, like writing down where the table is and stuff, or like,
or
a
that's
post-it note or something like that. And I just didn't do that. And then I kept coming back round and I was like, that's the wrong table. That Gerard card is in there. That card is in there. And I kept like looping back round. So yeah, a bit more, take my little notepad. This is the,
Love
this is the agenda notepad. Coon, you'll love this. This will be a, in years to come, this will be sold on eBay. This has got majority
musings of MC.
Yeah, Brent mused. Just of note and how the agenda has evolved is quite incredible.
Are you revealing the inner workings of the podcast?
Maybe I am. Maybe I won't.
It's gone from winging it, hasn't it, to a detailed agenda.
It really has. You definitely see the progress. I mean, I'm sure we'll discuss this. There'll be a reflection episode, surely. Maybe at the half-century mark, 50 episodes, there'll be a segment of reflection.
Best bits.
Best bits, absolutely. Best bits, yeah.
They used to do that on Is it like a sitcom, like Friends? You know, like when the budget's run out or something, so just piece of a few like memories together. Yeah, we'll get to
Yeah,
episode 50 and just take a load of segments from various shows. Maybe a full Codswallop show,
from the
Codswallop Live.
archives.
Oh
What are we going to call it? Kim Curry's own goals and gaffs.
yeah, oh yeah, there'll be a lot of them. The dog's one of them, isn't it?
Oh
Although I quite like the
god,
dog now. I think the dog should be a feature. Place
I
bets or
get
something on what minute we first hear the dog.
yeah, yeah. I get a buzzer. Bam, there it is.
Yeah.
Um, but no, getting back to the Brighton Card Show, yeah, thoroughly looking forward to it. Direction wise, want to pick up a decent box. Don't know what it's going to be, and I'll probably know when I see it. Because last year there was a lot of product there, and I was umming and ahhing, and I didn't get anything. I didn't pick up like a box of anything. When I'll probably look to maybe I'm really sort of getting the sort of World Cup fever, so maybe I'll look to buy some World Cup product. Have a look, see if there's some good. I don't know. I'm just looking forward to getting my hands on bits and sort of getting into them. I really enjoyed going through the single boxes
Yeah.
last year's show for one of two reasons. One, obviously, you can find a couple of bargains, or you can see stuff you don't normally see, and it's not like high end pricing. Secondly, you don't really get bothered, if that makes sense. Like people just go, "Oh, he's just looking through that." You went. If you're looking at like the main table, I feel like you've probably had this when you've been to car shows. If you go to like the main part of that vendor's table and there's all like the big guns in front of you, they'll start chatting and be like, "Oh, what you after?" Da, 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 da. Sometimes you don't really want to engage.
Mm.
And I'm sure there'll be a point on Saturday when that happens to me, and I'll just be like, "I'm just going to stay here for like 10, 15 minutes, flip through these boxes, pick out a
Yeah.
couple of little cards, a couple of Green Bay cards, all this." So, yeah, obviously looking for Gerard cards. But last year I found, I think I saw a handful of Gerard cards, but there was two or three. One was a booklet auto that was 250 quid. One was a
Nice.
chrome, like red color match refractor number to, I don't know, 10 or something, which was like 200 quid. All sort of high end price Gerard cards. And I was just like, yeah, I'm going to pass on those actually. I did pick up a couple of Gerard cards, didn't I? I picked up that the number Champions League one to 25, I think. So yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting some content. Looking forward to showing you and the troops of Kim Curry Sports Cards what I picked up. Just as well as we're looking forward to seeing what you got from Top Play Sports Cards at the trade night.
Oh, so the I was saying last night to someone, the girl, funny enough, who was collecting the base cards. I was saying because she said to me that there's some people that are selling the full sets, but that takes the fun out of it, innit? Like especially if you're getting a base set. What she was getting from it was like not only are you meeting new people, but she's standing there rifling through the boxes, trying to tick off the numbers and stuff like that. But that's part of the fun, isn't it? And it's the same with your
100%.
Gerards. Like you can look at the ones you mentioned and go, oh, there was this, there was that auto or that booklet, like you said. But part of the fun is to build the collection slow and steady, isn't it? And get what you want. Because I assume you're the same, correct me if I'm wrong, but like with my JSN collection, I'm at a point where, I don't want every JSN card I see. It's gotta be right for the collection, hasn't it?
Collected,
Yeah?
yeah.
Let the collection decide. Do we want that JSN card? No, we don't. So we move on. We take our time.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Thanks very much. We move on.
Exactly, yeah. We wanna be selective. And that's probably, I assume, the same. You don't need to get every Gerrard card, and it's the same with, like, there's some really expensive JSN cards, but, I mean, that's a different question, isn't it? When you see an absolute banger, but it's way out of budget, I mean, there is an element where you're like, but work towards it. It's, that's the beauty of it. But, I think that was sort of reflecting back to the Top Play night market. That was one of the things for me that was quite, trying to sound like quite poignant. a poignant moment, just looking out and going, do you know, just the absolute buzz for me. Like, obvious question is, oh, did you sell? Did you make money? And stuff like that. But I think the amazing thing for me is just looking out at everyone in there, and it was the best bit for me was like the people sitting down on the tables making trades of each other, which is exactly what it was. It was a trade night, and I think the more when we remember when I did the pod about, and I went on, you put the was it Park Life or whatever, you put over my little rant about getting the
Dry
right
eyes.
cards. Yeah, that's it. You get it in the right, you know, you want to get the right cards in the right collector's hands, you know, and if I'm sat there and I don't make any money, but I've gained a load of cards for my PC and made a load of swaps, then that to me is a great success. That's what it's
Great
about.
success.
Great, great success. My wife, um, you get a few additions for the PC. Should I segue into what I picked up?
Yes, for two reasons. We may as well do mail day now because I absolutely picked up 0 this week. A couple of orders, but nothing arrived yet. Yeah, it's always a sad one, that one, isn't it? Mail day and there's nothing in the post. So absolutely, let's segue into what you picked up from the trade night. Let's see the fibre of your fabric.
I'll carry this. I'll carry this sector then, Mark.
Thanks.
This week. Right. Let's start with the trade night. Right. So I got a Bonix rookie card, Contours from Phoenix, graded to 10 PCG. Now, a young lad came along, and I had a JJ McCarthy autograph. He was eyeing it up amongst other things, and he asked me if I'm buying or trading, and he had a Roma Dunze auto from possibly National Treasures or Impeccable. That piqued my interest. I'm a big Roma Dunze fan, but the Contours card I was really interested in. So we did a nice little deal. I got that and a bit of cash for my JJ McCarthy auto. And I spoke to him. I was like, "Are you obviously JJ fan or Vikings?" And he was. So classic example. He's got what he perceives to be a banger. I've got a Bonix graded card, which I think is just, I love the Contours. We spoke about Contours. We spoke about friend of the pod, Nick Blinko, and his Contours collection. But that I'm so pleased to have. So that was a nice pickup. And then Mark, we'll move to my two highlights. So Matt from Blunt Collections New Zealand was next to me, and he was predominantly WWE, bit of UFC, and some NBA. And I'd eyed up a Shawn Michaels graded card. It was select. It was green. It was numbered to 99, I think. At PSA 10, it was $120. I was eyeing it up. It was nice. Like, I've got my one WWE card, my Shawn Michaels that's behind me. I will give you a little reminder of that. Signed by the big man in person. That, for me, that's the only WWE card I need. But I did like this card, and I'd been eyeing it up, so I thought, I'll bear it in mind. I'm not going to commit to it in my head yet. I'll just, we'll take our time. But then, as I glanced over, I saw something that was just pure nostalgia. Pure nostalgia. I've picked up, numbered to 99, Immaculate Collection, Road Dogg Jesse James auto. Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, you didn't
Your
know?
ass better call somebody. That's unbelievable.
That could be one of the best cards you've got. That is unbelievable. The DX
DX,
at the bottom of his auto.
It's unbelievable. He had it up for $30, but he did a little deal with me, and I picked it up for 20. That's unbelievable.
Unreal. That is unreal.
That's pure nostalgia. Everything we've ever, growing up when we were doing Coombe & Curry Industries and stuff like that, everything's revolved around the New Age Outlaws, isn't it? So when I saw it, I was like, it'd almost be criminal not for me not to buy that. Just need a Billy Gunn now.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was like, I need a Billy Gunn auto now.
Yeah. Look at the card show, mate. If you see one, Oh,
that is a phenomenal pickup. I mean,
yeah,
you
that's
couldn't write that.
unbelievable.
That was written in the stars.
Yep. I'm so chuffed with that. I'm gonna have to find a place on the cabinet for it. Another thing I picked up as well, just not really linked directly to the trade night, but I've been talking about these things from the graded case and Matt Loveridge. But you can see like where I've got the stand now and I've got the helmet that's higher up. I've got the one down here. I picked that up from Matt last night at the show. He came in and dropped it in for me. But this one's now on a stand as well. But look at what turned into, just buy a little shelf and put a few cards out. It's got a bit obsessive now. So you can see the display is quite full. So I'll have to find a
Yeah.
gap for the Road Dogg one. I'll just your little view as well.
That's a
Move my
class.
camera. Look,
I mean,
to the shelf with the
Funko Pop up top, yeah?
yeah. Look at that. I've not actually done a post, but I've added a Miles Garrett recently and a Steve Largent. So I've broke my camera now. Hold on. Oh, it's not going to be the same, is it? What have I
I've
done?
seen something on eBay UK Funko Pop wise, which could be, and funnily enough, Don will be happy with this, be going straight into the care package. Bought and straight into the care package.
What is it?
Can't tell you. It's a surprise.
Ooh. Oh, I'd be fuming now, wouldn't he? The old care
Love
package.
Loved that rant. Loved it.
Although,
Um,
according to his Codswallop, if it's something that you're going to gift, then that is a genuine care package, isn't it? So,
correct.
right, MC, the highlight of the night, as discussed with you. Now, I wanted to clarify a few things on this because I'm sure this is one of those moments as well where there's a young lad who was there from start to finish and he was doing deals with everyone. He was loving it. He was, I'm not going to say the saying because hopefully we can keep this episode clean, but a pig in poo. Let's go with that. He was loving it. He was deals with everyone and he was trying to get a particular auto. He's trying to raise a bit of cash, but he came across to me and he said, are you buying again? Always buying for the right piece. So he handed me a few cards, and in that card was something that was a little bit like the Road Dogg Auto. I had to buy, possibly for the future of Coombe and Curry cards, because I believe if you knew this piece was available and I didn't secure it, it probably would have been grounds for a breakup. So
I believe.
Now we spoke about your Gerard PC quite a lot. And I vaguely remember you saying that you were struggling to get a Rangers card, and then you got the Tops Now one when he was manager there. But the same with LA Galaxy. There's probably not a great deal out there. So this lad comes and he hands me this card. It's thick. It's a thick card. It's in a top loader. It's a Steven Gerrard LA Galaxy dual patch, 16 of 20, and it is match worn.
Heaven is a place on earth. Look at that.
Match worn. Look at this. Those unbelievable. That has come from Gerard's gear, match worn. That MC is coming your way.
That is as good as it gets.
Yep. And that this will be one of those moments in history where people look back at this episode. What episode are we on? 30, 40,
47.
47. People will go, yep, that's huge. That's the card that kept Coombe and Curry Sports going. That's one of them moments in history, you know, when people look at it and go, oh, if Coombe didn't buy that card, we wouldn't be watching this now. This is one of those moments.
That is incredible. There's the Gerard shirt above my head. Coombe, a huge thank you on securing what for me is one of my Gerard Grail cards. Haven't got a match worn patch card. And that is not only a match worn patch card, it's a dual patch and it's numbered to what, 20?
20, yeah, 16 of 20. I'll read you what it says on the back. It says, "Congratulations, you have received a memorabilia card from 2021 Leaf Ultimate Sports. On the front of this card are pieces of the game." Oh no, sorry, I've read that wrong. I've cocked it up. Let's take it back a little bit. Let's take it back. On the front of this card are pieces of game-used memorabilia of Steven Gerrard. We hope you enjoy your piece of history. There
History,
you go.
hear that?
History,
Incredible.
yep. So
Shout out to that young lad.
yeah, I should have got his name
for-
really, but he'll be at the. I think he's got a table actually at the card show. So I'm sure I will. I'll get him on the pod. I'll interview him. I'll interview him
that's
for the. Yeah, we'll sort of circle back to this Gerard card. We'll get an interview. I'll say you don't know, but you made history. You made history, son. Yeah.
Just imagine you putting your hand on the shoulder going, "You made history, son."
Yeah.
You got.
So
I can't wait for that moment. That's going to be a very wholesome moment. How old is he? Yeah, I've got an image.
I
He's
would
like 12 years
estimate.
old.
Yeah, I'd estimate like somewhere between 10 and 12. 12 maybe, yeah.
Well, he's got
12,
his own
13
table.
possibly. Yeah. He's
That's what he seems.
he was full of charisma. He was like
Oh, yeah.
he came back to my table about 100 times, and every time he came back he went, "Guess who's back?" He's loving it.
Go away. I mean,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You're bad for business, mate. All right. It was funny the first couple of times. Getting out of hand.
Every time his mum looked over, "Oh, good lad, good lad."
Yeah, good lad.
She looked
Good lad.
away.
Yeah, one of these. Mum, quick one. Do you want to take that one away, or are we going to have a problem?
But thanks for the card.
No, thanks for the Jared card, legend.
Yeah.
Look forward to the interview and the father-son moment, as from the sounds of it. Yeah, son, take a seat. You've just made history, boy.
Yeah. You've saved Coombe and Curry sports cards. Yeah, last decent pickup. This was $3. $3. An Elijah Arroyo rookie card, Phoenix, red. I'm not sure what we call that, to be honest. Red, possibly
Well, Red
disco
Mojo,
or
is it?
something. But it's number to 399, so that was a nice pickup. And then, in other mail day news, I've started buying you've seen a video, I think. Yeah, I think you've seen it, haven't you? The value pack, the Prism 2021-22. Great value. I'm buying them for $15 over here. And even at low pricing, I'm pricing the stuff more. So I'm kind of using it for inventory for the show at a low risk of pulling some bangers. I've pulled some bangers. So now I've got a question for you. I'm going to do a post about this later. So before I move to the question, Jordan Henderson Silver.
Belter, saw it, loved it, legend. Yes.
Picked this up yesterday. Diego Jota.
Red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue. Look at that.
Beauty.
Now, here's a question for you, right? So as I'm going through it, I initially dismissed this card, and then I circled back to it, and I thought, this is one that I should hold with the World Cup coming up. This is an Ivan Toney, red, white, and blue rookie card.
That's a great pickup. It's a great pickup. There was a lot of discussion last week on Ivan Toney, wasn't there, on the pod?
Yeah. That's got to be a holder, though, isn't it? Because if England
Big
go
time.
on to win the World Cup, Ivan Toney in the squad, that's a big card, isn't it, all of a sudden? People are wanting an Ivan Toney rookie, I say, so I'm going to hold that.
Don't blame me, Chief. Do not blame you one bit.
So that I think concludes mail day for me.
Yeah, well done. Thanks for saving the section. Are you getting these prison packs? Are these Kmart jobs, are they?
No, the Prism I'm getting from Top Play. So
Okay.
they're a bit older, but he's got them priced at $15, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it represents a gamble. I think it's good to grow the show stock, because even putting them at conservative prices, I still think they, on the second-hand market, the aftermarket, I think the prices, the base prices outweigh probably the $15 I pay for the pack. So it's building up the inventory at quite a reasonable price, and at the same time, you're picking up stuff like, the Ivan Toney, the Diego Jota, the Jordan Henderson, just to name a few. I even got a David Raya base card from Brentford in one of the packs, which I think's, Arsenal. Yes, it's not in an Arsenal kit, but Arsenal have gone and won the Premier League. You're telling me that David Raya is potentially one of the best keepers, if not the best keeper in the world currently. So people are going to want a rookie card, and that's his rookie card, isn't it? So I think it's a product that's yielding some very nice cards at a very low competitive price. So at the minute, it's a product for me. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great product. Love to see it. Henderson, leader, legend, 4th World Cup coming up for him. So let that sink into the Hendo haters. 36 years of age. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Big congratulations quickly to Aston Villa. Incredible performance in the Europa League final. Big congratulations to Crystal Palace last night, winning 1-0 in the Conference League final. First ever European final for Palace. First ever time
Amazing.
being in Europe. Incredible. I watched it. They played very well, deserved it. Rayo Vallecano, on the other hand, it was their first ever final in any competition in history. Incredible.
That's incredible. That is
Wow.
amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed that last night. Actually, that was very good. But imagine that. Palace Conference League, Villa Europa League this Saturday, PSG v Arsenal. Surely not a hat-trick of Premier League teams winning the
No,
European
please.
Cup.
Life wouldn't be worth living, would it, if Arsenal win that as well? Oh, not for
Now,
me.
I think PSG will blow them away, but just never know. You never know. All right, Keem, I'm going to move into. I guess I'm going to call this a new segue, a new section. Sorry.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Um,
Hold on. I'm
go
just
on.
gonna I'm gonna jump off the segue for a second. I'm gonna leave you and the viewers for a few minutes with this next section, and I shall return. I'm otherwise engaged for a couple of minutes. I'll be back.
Not a problem. Welcome to News of the World. Yeah. Now, I'm going to start with some announcements. I'm going to start with an announcement from Topps. Topps Merlin Premier League collection has just been announced, or certain insert has just been announced. Now, this is for a certain age bracket, absolute nostalgia. They have released it's an ode to the 1988 film Big. So if anyone remembers that film, it's Tom Hanks. He dreams that he was bigger so he can get on the rides at the roller coaster and be older and be, friends with certain people and going out with certain girls. And basically Merlin have introduced like a Zoltar card for the new Premier League collection. And let me tell you, it looks phenomenal. Buzzing with some of these inserts are they're just phenomenal. You've got to see it to believe it. Looking forward. We obviously discussed with Dom Lott last week on the pod in regards to the Merlin Premier League collection. He was super excited to see what it looks like. And these inserts do not disappoint. So still waiting on I haven't seen the date of when they're launching the Premier League Merlin collection, but the Zoltar inserts look, a cut above the rest. Moving on to Coombe, you'll love this one. As on your debut Codswallop section, you said, and I quote, 101 stickers, not a fan, absolute Codswallop, you said. Yeah.
Codswallop.
You'll like this. You'll like this one. There's been people or posts of people posting pictures or videos in regards to people that have put the 101 stickers into their sticker albums. Now, obviously from the card game is fine because all the cards sort of stay where they are, but in the sticker game, you're obviously putting stickers into albums. Whereas if you have a 101 and you've put that in your album, it loses a huge amount of value, as you can expect, because then you can't sell it unless you remove it, cut it out, which obviously sort of devalues the 101 sticker. But there's been multiple posts I've seen online of people putting these 101 stickers into sticker albums and just being shot down by people, just going, that's now worth, next to nothing because you've put it into a sticker album. You can't sell it unless it's just not. But I guess this is the argument on Codswallop. 101 stickers, should they exist? It's Codswallop. It's Codswallop.
What make a sticker that's one of one? Well, you make a sticker, people stick it in a sticker book, and then people go, "Oh, why have you done that?" Oh, it's a sticker. Why have you even numbered a sticker? Cash cow. Don't like it. Codswallop.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. 101 stickers, no good. But even funnier to see people that have removed that 101 sticker, not really knowing what they are, put it into the album, completely devaluing and making it essentially not worth it. Not worth what it should be worth.
MC.
Yes.
I think that people watch this show and go, "Oh, Coombe and Curry, machines, great show, unbelievable." I need to prove to the audience now that I am human, and this is the juncture where I need to get off the pod. I've got to take my kids to school, so I've lost track of time. Getting talking about the show, and I'm going to be jumping off the pod. So I'm going to leave you with the millions and millions,
the millions
of Coombe and Curry sports cards fans. We are the People's Tag Team Champions. So I'm going to leave you, and this is news to you as well, isn't it? So this is live reaction. Coombe is putting MC on the spot, putting the pressure on to carry this episode home. He's now digesting the news. What you're seeing is MC hearing this for the first time. So hopefully MC can jump on the segue and get us home for the episode. But for now, BC is checking out.
Regards to the family, Coombe. Good luck on the school trip. Don't fall into a Kmart on the way home, and or actually do. We want to see a car rip.
Yeah, well, maybe I will. Maybe that should be the compensation. I need to drop $10 into Shane anyway. I'll leave you with this. I forgot to take cash to the card show yesterday. I got halfway there. When you're making the checklist of when you're vending for the first time, you should be like, "Oh yeah, cards, stock, yeah, should be cash." I was listening to a podcast on the way down, Sports Card Nonsense, and I was talking about a show they went to, and they had people there who were going around the show offering change to vendors. And as I'm listening to it, I went, I can't say what I actually said. I'll be ticking the box. But I was like, I can't believe it. I got halfway there. I've got no cash. But Shane stepped in, lent me some cash. I spent it all. So I wasn't able to give him his $10. So I'll pop in today and I'll grab a card as compensation for leaving the pod early. But on that bombshell, BC is out, and I am looking forward to listening to the pod listening to what MC produces to see us out, and his codswallop as well. So, MC, apologies. Love your work. I'll catch up with you soon. Over and
No
out.
need to
Regards to your
apologise,
family.
Chief.
The
Regards to
show
your
goes
family.
on.
The show must go on. All the best.
See ya.
Bye. There it is. Curry solo pod ending. Not a problem. We'll go back to news of the world. Been rife with seen lots of news articles regarding all sorts of things. Obviously, the Topps Merlin Premier League, which we mentioned, the 101 sticker fails, just seen that. But in big media news, I saw this, which really perked my interest. Brazilian police have seized now over 200,000 fake stickers for the 2026 World Cup sticker album. Put that in perspective, 200,000 stickers. One, you know, I can't believe somebody's producing that amount of fake stickers. Well done to the Brazilian police for finding the culprits. But they also advised, which made me laugh, do look out for some of these fake stickers. I'm sure there's more in circulation. They said look out for stickers that have, clear backs. So if you have a sticker and you have to peel it off, they said anything that you find on the back, if it's got nothing printed on it, could potentially be fake, which it probably is. They were like, also look for thickness of stickers, all the sort of standardized things that you would look for if you had fake stickers in your person. Which takes me back to the Bulgarian days. Now, for you listeners that listen back to the OG listeners, when I went to Bulgaria on holiday, I picked up some, how can I put this? I'll put this nicely. I'll just put it straight out there. Some illegal cards, some illegal sports cards, I should say. Surprised they haven't been seized by Bulgarian police, but absolute shockers. Really thin, like playing cards. Some of them were so fake, it was wrong country, wrong name, wrong person. Absolute shocker. But, South America, having that as one of their main bits of news over the last few days has been, for me, a joy to read. Usually you hear about, major crimes and, murders and drug seizures and all this sort of stuff. And 200,000 fake stickers. Who'd have thought it? But here we are. This is the day and age that we live in. Moved on to a little bit more serious news here, actually. Now, I recently ripped a second box of Topps Crane Value NFL, a very sought after product. I was going to send the box to Coon, but he said to rip it myself. Good thing I did, because I absolutely got 0 Seahawks cards, so I'd be happy that I didn't send that over for him to rip. But I did pull this gentleman, or this player, should I say, Josh Jacobs, of Green Bay base card. Obviously, being a Green Bay fan, that went straight into my little PC. And then on May the 26th, this week, Josh Jacobs was announced in the media that he had been arrested on 5 counts. Now, let this sink in. He had a felony for strangulation and suffocation, misdemeanor of victim intimidation, battery, disorderly conduct, and criminal damage to property, all which involved his girlfriend. So I'll let you be the judge of that. Apparently he has claimed that he is not guilty of all of these things, but it's hard to look past all these counts when these high profile athletes are in it. So in regard to that, there has been a potential suitor for Green Bay in Saints running back Alvin Kamara. which will be interesting. But first and foremost, Josh Jacobs, incredible player. He's been amazing for Green Bay over the last few seasons, or the last couple of seasons that I've seen him play. Came as a bit of a shock, and I'm sure it will be a bit of a shock to NFL fans, Green Bay fans, and people alike in the States. But keep eyes peeled on that in news of the world. I will keep you updated on said investigation, which is a good segue into a positive NFL section. Shout out Lemmy, friend of the pod, Mr. Postman, as he has been referred to. He has kindly secured a ticket for him and myself to the London NFL games, or one of them, which is the Jaguars versus the Eagles, 11th of October, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Absolutely buzzing. Couldn't be more excited. First ever NFL game, first ever time Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Buzzing to go with Lemmy, buzzing to take it all in. It's going to be a fantastic day. Hopefully it's a fantastic match. But what a time to be alive. Really excited for that. Really, really excited. So that will come October 11th. I will be confirmed, we'll be ripping a pack of, I don't know, some sort of NFL product in the stands. Got to be done, doesn't it? Surely. So watch your space on that one come October time. But what a time to be alive. Absolutely buzzing. Phenomenal. Can't believe it. There's once in a lifetime sort of games that you don't really expect to see. Hopefully I'll get over to Green Bay to Lambeau Field and watch a match at some point. But for the meanwhile, I am so excited to get to one of these games. The atmosphere will be fantastic. Food, drink, merch. Yeah. Incredible. Right, moving on to Codswallop, a fan's favourite. So we've been told from people that have listened in. The name's in the title. Codswallop of the week for myself. I've been on eBay a fair bit this week, bidding on things, and I bought a couple of bits, and I bought a fantastic card that should be arriving with me soon. It is an Obsidian Florian Wirtz number match from his Leverkusen days, number 10 out of 40. I managed to pick that up super cheap, late bid, 30 seconds ago. I think I got it for $5. Really excited to get that card, but my Codswallop is in regards to eBay mainly, and eBay sellers, and the title of my Codswallop is Reserve Not Met. So where do I start with this one? As an auction website, I guess you put up whatever card you want or whatever bit of memorabilia you want, and you put it up for auction, and you can set a reserve. Fair enough. So you're expecting said item to be sold at, for £50, let's say, for example. So the auction starts at 0, goes up, doesn't reach £50. The auction ends, and the seller resubmits the item, and it's back up, and we start again. Now you can't see what the reserve is. Fair enough, because that obviously takes out the element of what the reserve is there for, because otherwise people might not make bids for it. But at the same time, I think it's absolutely Codswallop. I can't stress what an annoyance it is. If you're trying to buy a card, and let's say, for instance, you're the only bidder, and you've bid £10 and it's £50 reserve, I'm not getting it. There's been times in the past where I have messaged eBay saying, "What's the reserve on this?" Because otherwise, why am I wasting my time? I'm not going to bid something when I know that it's going to be X amount. Sometimes they tell you, sometimes they don't. But I just think that's a right palaver. And otherwise, I don't know if there's... I actually have never really sold anything on eBay personally, but I don't know if there's a point of starting the auction at a certain price, like at a higher price. So if it's 50 quid, start the auction at 25 quid. So at least you'll get nearer to the reserve rather than, does my head in. That's my cos wallet. I get it. I see both sides of the fence, but from a buying perspective, cos wallet. I don't want to bid on a decent card, bid a few quid on it, and at the bottom it says reserve not met. I'm thinking, I don't know what it is. Don't know what I'm going to get at. What am I now going to move on to? What am I now going to get to go, get to? Yeah, baffles me. Palaver, annoys me. But we move. Is what it is. But that's my cos wallet of the week. Coon, what's your cos wallet? No, nothing. Fair enough. Any other business? Coon? Nothing? Didn't think so. Any other business from me? From Curry? No other business apart from a couple of days' time, buzzing for the Brighton Card Show. Andy, Seaside Sports, if you're listening, if you listened to us before I see you, buzzing to see you. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it's a success. And looking forward to potentially trying to kidnap Jeff Hurst. And that is that. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the continued support. It does not go unnoticed. Please keep commenting, liking, following, subscribing, all that sort of stuff, because it really makes a difference. New section will be announced next week. It's called Coombe & Curry Courtroom. Now, I'll do a quick shout out about that. Coombe & Curry's Courtroom. This is almost like to a degree, a helpline. So if any of you guys or girls have any issues out there you want to bring to the table, whether it be cards, life, anything like that, bring it to the table, come on the pod, talk it out. We can try and offer advice, and then we will judge the situation in Coombe & Curry's courtroom. And justice, I can confirm, will always be served. Thanks for listening, gang. Up the troops. All the best to all your families. Over and out.